Meat!
Welcome to Remembering the Razzies. We just finished watching Leonard Part 6.
Oh, there's not enough beer to help what we just watched. But God, did I try. Leonard Part 6 is an abomination of film. I don't know what happened, but here we are, and the world has changed. Want to explain what happened?
It's a spy movie with Bill Cosby, and there's a sphere that can control animals. Bill Cosby cheated on his wife.
With a 19-year-old.
It's true, with a 19-year-old.
And she reasonably leaves him after he cheated on her, and then 7 years later, he simps after her again, and she's like, you know what? It's been 7 years. It's fine. This movie was so deserving of a Razzie. Like, more so than I think of anything. I wouldn't call this movie boring, like Incon.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
But it's definitely bad.
It didn't... We watched it with Will. Will's over there. Say hi, Will.
No thanks.
The three of us were on our phone for a good chunk of it.
Yeah, like, it's an odd thing where, like, there were parts of it where I could be like, oh, this is, like, The Room quality, where, like, it's so bad, like, I'm laughing at how bad it is. It's not bad enough to be The Room, but it's also not interesting enough to be, like, something that I would want to watch again.
Yeah.
It starts in media res, which normally is, like, the exciting part where... like, you jump into the action of the movie and you have to be like, oh man, I wonder how they got to this point in the movie. And then later in the movie, it gets to that point and you're like,
Great.
Cool. Like, there's a point in the intro where he's riding an ostrich
out of
on
an
a
exploding
roof.
building.
Out of an exploding building. You're like, that's wild. I want to see that movie.
How does that happen?
And then later it happens and you're like, oh.
I have to get out of this building. Oh, here's an ostrich.
I'm just going to ride this ostrich.
There's no, like, wacky hijinks that leads up to it.
No. It works better out of context than it does in context. There's a gypsy woman who doesn't speak English.
She goes...
Literally, she doesn't say words. And she's not just a one-off character. She appears a couple times.
Yeah, she gives him stuff that she can see in the future, and it's useful.
She's very important to the plot, and even he doesn't understand what she's saying.
This movie's very ironic in the fact that his daughter is being taken advantage of by an older gentleman, a part of the entertainment industry. That's all I'm really going to say about that.
Well, you can say whatever you want. He was convicted. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either.
It's like...
Bill Cosby denounced this movie weeks before it came out.
I get it.
So if this movie's too bad for Bill Cosby, that's all you need to know.
That's true. Do you think Alka-Seltzer sponsored this?
No, but Coca-Cola sure did. Lava Soap did. And Adidas. There's a stack of Lava Soap backstage of a play.
Like 100 boxes of Lava Soap are just chilling in frame, and they don't come in they don't come in play at all.
No, they don't.
I think the best way, like, if you want to show someone how bad this movie is just to show them the opening scene that introduces Leonard when they're in the restaurant and they're fighting.
Yeah.
Where it's so bizarre because it feels like it should be a comedy, but it's so unfunny that it's just confusing. They're shooting guns at each other, and, like, this dude's got an Uzi and he's just spraying around, and, like, no one is reacting, and, like, that feels like it should be comedic, but it's just not funny.
This is a lot like what I said about Howard the Duck last week, where, like, if you have a serious dramatic movie that can be saved because it's bad and funny, then that saves it. But if it's comedy, there's no way of saving it, because if the comedy doesn't work, then it's just a bad movie.
It's just bombing, yeah. I guess I would describe it as an action comedy.
Yeah.
Because, spy parody is what they say. And, like, the action is awful, and the comedy is awful.
You give me my sphere!
There's nothing going for this movie. I can't think of a single redeemable quality about this film. Beyond the fact that his name is Leonard, I will not remember a single thing about this movie in like a day.
My brain is forgetting it as like a defense mechanism.
I don't
Just
get
erase
it. He had a butler. I don't know the butler's name.
Fran.
At least with like Incon, I feel like at least it's like informative about the war.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in this.
There's nothing.
I don't know who this was made for. I'm just confused.
You want to talk about its wins?
I'd love to.
Worst screenplay, worst actor, and worst picture.
There's nothing going on in the screenplay. I mean, I get kind of the plot, but I don't know why the plot exists.
This was written by Bill Cosby, too.
Parody is so specific in that, like, generally you can tell what they're pulling from to parody. I don't know what they're doing here. This was not James Bond-esque. This was, I guess it's closest to maybe Mission Impossible, but, like, Mission Impossible came out after this, so I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. You think Mission Impossible was inspired by this?
Oh, God.
The director said that this was partly inspired from Rambo.
I got Rambo from it. Did you?
Yep.
Okay, worst actor? Yeah.
It was just Bill Cosby.
It was just Bill Cosby. Well, toned down Bill Cosby.
It's weird. They toned him down. He was less silly in a parody movie than I just normally picture him. He's not even goofy in this movie. Mm-hmm. And if in a parody, why would you pull back in a parody? Like, I don't get it.
Worst picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never want to see this movie again. This movie makes me like actually angry and mad at how bad a movie can actually be. This is the first movie where I was angry at filmmaking in general as an art. I was like,
normally when you drink, you're like really loud and funny and stuff, and you were just sitting there like with your drink close to you, just staring at the TV.
Actually sad drinking during this movie. Let's rate this film.
Is this worse than Inchon?
No.
Okay.
In terms of cinema, Inchon had way worse production value.
Yeah.
But good lord. I think the screenplay alone is so bad that, like, considering that, it deserves to be super low.
I would put it just below Bolero.
Yeah, no.
Can you believe that Bolero was more of an artistic film than this one? And then most entertaining.
We didn't turn this off.
We didn't turn this off.
So I guess it's also above Incon.
I was going to put it above Mommy Dearest, but I laughed more during Mommy Dearest than I did during this.
That's true. Mommy Dearest I could make fun of.
Yeah, yep.
This was trying to be... It's like the kid who's like acting all goofy in the back of the class and you're just like putting your hand up and you're like, I need this to stop right now. At least you can laugh at Mommy Dearest. This is unwatchable.
Not funny.
I had such high hopes for this. I was like, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. These movies, like, I've heard of them as cult classics, and I'm like, these are gonna be so funny, like, so bad that they're great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they deserve to fucking burn. I mean, there's a couple in the least entertaining, like, above this that I never want to watch again. This for sure, I never want to watch again.
Yeah.
What do we have next week?
Next week we have Cocktail.
I've heard of this.
Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, no, I've heard of people saying like they thought bartending was cool because of this movie. I didn't think that this was regarded as a bad movie because I've heard of it before. Okay.
That's funny. That's what I thought about Mommy Dearest when we watched that one. Join us next week for Cocktail. Maybe in 2 weeks.